Hey, Mesa Life Group leaders, it's Eric Marvin, your Life Group pastor. Hey, I'm so excited to bring this message to you. It's kind of a bittersweet message. It's an update about me and my current role at Central. And I just wanted to make a quick video so that I could share with you and put a little bit more of a personal touch on it rather than just sending you an email and trying to type out everything that's happening. So as most of you know, Central is a large church. We have a large staff, and we have a lot of different campuses, and a lot of growth is happening, specifically down at the Queen Creek campus. So if you've been following along with kind of the Queen Creek campus and the launch of their new building and all that, you should know that Queen Creek just absolutely exploded in growth. They over doubled their size in just a few short weeks. They have really, it's really caught fire down there, and the great thing is because of the growth, they really just need more staff. As you know, Mesa is a really large campus with a couple thousand people, and we have a really big staff to help support that. Well, Queen Creek went from a size, a campus of, 400 people to now a campus of almost 900 adults. And if you include children, sometimes up to 1,600 people if you include the children. And they have a staff of 5. And that's 4 full-time and one part-time, and that's it. And so they are really in desperate need of some extra help. And so what has happened is that the executive pastors, the team, came to me and asked if I would be willing to move down to the Queen Creek campus and to become one of the associate campus pastors down at the Queen Creek campus. And my specific roles would not change from what I've been currently doing here at Mesa. I would be in charge of the life group ministry, and I would be over executing the Rooted ministry down at the Queen Creek campus. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of an insight into some of the things that are happening here at Central. You might not know this. This is not secret knowledge by any means. I just would ask that you do use discretion when sharing this kind of information because it's just something that can be very easily misunderstood. And people can jump to quick conclusions. And if they don't fully understand everything, sometimes it can cause some angst and some frustration, and there doesn't really need to be that. So all I would ask is that you just use discretion as you share this information. And if you do, please just try to clearly communicate everything to the best of your ability. So some of the things that are happening here at Central is as a staff, we are kind of reorganizing a lot of the way that our staff is currently set up. So what I mean by that is, as you know, Central has basically been a church that has had ministry teams that have been over certain ministries, and then what they do is those teams go out and they execute those ministries at a campus level. So the greatest example of this I can give you is the children's ministry. The children's ministry has a lead children's pastor, and then they have their team members, and then they have their whole plan in place, and then they go to each campus and they execute the children's ministry programming. So one of the things about Central is, we're adding a new Tempe campus here in the very near future. Of course, we're thinking too of possibly even expanding further and adding more campuses. That's definitely something we're thinking about. And with that in mind, our current structure of having these lead teams and then trying to spread those people out over all these campuses, it's not really able to support our growth that we are experiencing at Central in terms of adding more campuses. And so what the executive team and Cal and the board of elders have decided to do is to begin a transition from Central team-based ministry to more campus-based ministry. Now, don't get me wrong. That does not mean, please don't misunderstand, that does not mean that all of our campuses are going to start doing their own thing. That does not mean that all of our campuses are going to start having a live teacher. I mean, Cal is still going to be the predominant speaker and teacher and preacher from the stage, and we're going to still see him through video if he is not live. That's not changing. Our logos and our colors and the way our campuses are laid out and the general idea of how we do ministry here at Central, all that is staying the same. So please don't read into this as, hey, everything's changing. No, not really everything is changing. In fact, everything's changing very, very slowly. It just so happens that I happen to be part of that very first piece. And so the very first piece of this transition to campus-based ministry has been the life group team. And some of that has to do with, you guys already know that Erica, Henry, and Blake, Erica being our lead life group pastor, is moving on into Pennsylvania to plant her own church. We are so excited for her, and we wish her the best of luck as she goes and plants a church in Pennsylvania. But because of that, the life group team is being reassigned to become a part of what we call here on staff, we call it the campus team. And so those are the campus pastors. Those are associate campus pastors. And so they have added us as life group pastors onto the campus team. And the way that looks is that Gilbert, Mesa, and Queen Creek, instead of only having one associate campus pastor, they now each will have 2 associate campus pastors. So that's why I said I'm going to Queen Creek to be the associate campus pastor. So what that means for you here at Mesa is Linda Mosier has been our care and recovery and life University pastor now for the last 2 years. And she is now being promoted to be she's the second associate campus pastor. So Jeff is going to be in charge of all of his first impressions and everything that Jeff does, Discover More and all that stuff. He's still staying in his same position. But now we are also, Linda is coming on the campus team to be the Mesa campus associate campus pastor, and her primary focus is going to be Life Cares, Life University, and things like that. In addition to that, I just want to say that there is a servant minister, a volunteer here at our Mesa campus, and he has agreed to come on as a volunteer staff who is going to spearhead our life group ministry and our Rooted ministry. And he's going to do it in a very different way than I've been able to do it, because he is coming on as a volunteer staff. But his name is Marty DeVold, and some of you may know Marty or have received an email from Marty. But he is coming on, and he has agreed to be a volunteer staff member here at the Mesa campus. And he is going to be primarily coaching, mentoring, pastoring you guys as life group leaders. He's going to be the one that wants to be there to help you guys succeed, to make sure that that you are cared for, that you are loved. He's going to lead you guys kind of into the next phase of ministry as we move forward here. So I'm not going to talk too much about him. Because he's actually, him and I, we want to make an additional video tomorrow where he will be on here, and he's going to talk a little bit about himself and share a little bit about himself and kind of his plan and what he's going to do moving forward. And so I'm going to let him do that, but I just want to let you know that I'm so excited that Marty DeVold is coming on as a volunteer staff for the life group team and also for the Rooted ministry as well. Okay, so that's my big announcement. That's what I wanted to let you guys know. You might be wondering when, and so I will report to Queen Creek on April 1st. So that is less than a week away. I know that's really quickly. I've tried my best to kind of touch base with as many of you as I possibly could in person, but I know I just it's impossible for me to see everyone face to face and do this, so I thought this would be the next best thing. So it has been an honor and a privilege to serve alongside you guys. I really have truly loved the Mesa campus. I love all of you as life group leaders. You've been a huge asset to my ministry. You have ministered to me as much as you've been ministering to everyone else. And so thank you so much for that. I appreciate you so much, and I know that God has big things for you in the future. Okay? My video is now 8.5 minutes long. That's way too long. I've spent so much of your time explaining these things. But I hope I hope this all makes sense. If you do have any questions, please contact me, shoot me an email, give me a phone call. I will try to answer everything as best as I possibly can, because I want to make sure that everyone feels fully informed and fully aware of what's happening and why we're doing what we're doing. And I just don't want anyone to be in the dark. So please, if you have a question, go ahead and give me a call. Okay? Love you guys, and God bless all of you. Thank you.